What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Morten Harket. And apologies to those of you who've been following these reactions. It's been a little longer than I intended. Ultimately, it is a product of the fact that I'm doing so many different deep dives. But yeah, ultimately, I plan on getting back to a more regular rotation, and I'm going to start going through both Norwegian and English material, as Luca is very amusing at this point. But yeah, we're going to listen to a single, it appears, from 1999 in English called Jungle of Beliefs. I'm curious at the title. I don't know if this is a cover. You know, there's been a few times, not just with Morten, but with some other deep dives I'm doing, where I think about the title and someone informs me, actually, this was written, 20 years earlier by someone else, so I don't know if that's the case here. It's not a phrase I've heard before, so I'm going to proceed on the assumption that it is an original by Morten. And yeah, it's an interesting phrase. Beliefs, it speaks to someone's convictions, or at least their working hypotheses about people, about the world, about the universe, whatever it may be. Whether we're talking simple, mundane, everyday matters on up to, large metaphysical questions. But jungle is often used, at least in a colloquial context, to mean things which are very confusing and sort of like overcrowded, something where a lot of different aspects are all sort of bunched together and it's not clear, if something is safe or if there's clear passage. So a jungle of beliefs feels a bit jumbled. It feels like maybe there's different and competing interests, and one is trying to decide, how to get through all these different ideas and, normative suggestions. You should believe this, you should believe that. Maybe someone's trying to navigate that jungle and to stay safe and to not be sort of lured into danger through someone's false or misleading claims. So yeah, I don't know. It feels like we're in epistemological territory, but ultimately, yeah, I'm not quite sure whether it'll have the sort of dangerous kind of atmosphere that I'm thinking, or whether it'll be headed in a different direction. So yeah, let's find out. This is Morten Harket. The tune is Jungle of Beliefs, and it's from 1999.
What a wonderful world it seems.
What an intro.
Dark was running deep. We got wine from the great marketplace. We can walk in our sleep.
Marketplace of ideas.
Do you know now that gold is coming cheap? What to lose and what to keep. Our hearts could come closer, babe, but our heads got in the way. Just like stones in the middle of the stream, but it means just
obstructing the flow. At the low end.
Do we know our position? Do we know how to keep? And how to go? You can drown in that ocean, girl.
Drown in my ocean.
Swim in that sea.
Or in that ocean.
You can rise, you can dance along the brim, you can plunge so deep within. Looking down into a jungle of beliefs. Look at you, look at me.
This is an amazing tune. It's got a blend of like kind of deep groove,
What a
but it's
wonderful
soaring,
world.
classical, like
And our keels running deep. We got wine from place we can walk in our sleep. Yeah. Do you know that all gold is coming cheap? What to lose and what to keep.
I like that one a lot. It did feel like a blending of some different styles. It felt a bit energetic and again sort of like low, like deep and groovy, but it also had a sort of floatiness to it. It had like, you know, natural instrument, like orchestral sort of feel in a couple moments. And again, his singing, you know, it's marvelous no matter what he does. But as I listen to more and more of his solo stuff, it really does seem like he was going for a slightly different vocal articulation, a vocal style, a bit outside of the Aha stuff. Now, as I've come to sort of experience, and I think a couple people have commented, even within the context of Aha, it feels like he was doing a lot of really high stuff in the 80s, and then, you know, in the 90s, and as it went into the 2000s, a bit more of the kind of like bluesy sort of delivery, especially in some of the live performances where he really gets some rasp going. So it does seem like over time, you know, even in Aha, his voice has sort of gone for some different directions. But yeah, it does seem like his solo stuff, he has a more like kind of earthy sort of folk sort of delivery. So yeah, I noticed that in that one. And just a great tune. Not quite sure exactly what's going on lyrically, but ultimately, yeah, it was a really enjoyable tune. Let me know what you think of this one. We're going to go through more of his solo stuff, both Norwegian and English. I do definitely have his 2000 English albums, or, you know, 2000s English albums, but I'm also going to keep going through, I mentioned his Norwegian material as well. So yeah, let me know what you think of this tune. I will see you next time. Peace.